And welcome back to the Ram Trucks Snocross Grand Finale presented by Nielsen Enterprises. It all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. It's round 17. We started this season in November, and we end today with AMSOIL Pro Open, the top two being separated by 2 points. Could you write a better script than that? I think not. My name is Chris Hawkey, joined right now. Let me start by saying this. The U.S. Air Force, one of our best partners, one of our longest partners, and we're always so honored to be a part of everything that they have going on and to have them be a part of what we have going on. And I'm honored to be standing here with Staff Sergeant Jesse Detman. Now, first of all, where are you from, sir?
I'm from Sedalia, Missouri.
Sedalia, Missouri. Now, I know that you've been in the Air Force for quite some time. You have a very interesting job. So tell me, what is your job title?
I'm an Air Force Combat Controller. We're Air Force Special Operations Command. Our job is to set up airfields, assault zones, work drops, medevacs, and we also call in airstrikes, working with other special operations of other branches.
Holy, so that's a little more difficult than being a guy who yells at the TV and talks about Snocross every weekend. So basically, you are in charge of telling people doing their jobs where to go and how to get there and at what times. And all. I mean, you have a large scope of things you're in charge of, it sounds like.
Yes, sir. Our job on the battlefield is just to control air and anything that does bring the air to the Army and the occupying force. So they don't necessarily understand the air, so we are there to be the link between the pilot and the ground force commander.
Wow. What motivated you? And let me ask, I guess, more like this. What made you think this was something you'd be good at and that you'd want to do in the Air Force?
When I was leaving high school, I wanted to do something a little bit more. I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. I wanted to have an effect on change, a direct effect on change. And this gave me that opportunity to kind of be at the tip of the spear, if you will, and really have an effect. And the way I look at our job is we're lifesavers. We bring air power to the battlefield, but our job is to bring all the Americans home safely through our capabilities with air.
Absolutely. Now, we talked before the interview started, and I found out some things I could ask and couldn't ask. So if you see me, like, get hit across the throat or something, I obviously asked something I couldn't ask. But how many deployments have you been on, sir?
3.
3. And you are in direct communication between not only the people in the air, but special forces on the ground. Am I right about that?
Yeah. We sit basically in the hip pocket of the Green Berets or SEAL team leader's hip, and we do it. We're there to help him out. So we're right there in the fight.
Again, stupid question from somebody who's never been in your situation, but is the pressure level sometimes almost too much, or is it just something you thrive on?
You don't really think about that as much until later, I think. We train really hard. You're always training for that next fight, and because of our training, we're able to push through those. You don't really think about it. You just go right back to training, and that allows you to be successful.
So what, I think you might have kind of already answered this, but what is the most satisfying part of what you do?
Yeah, I mean, bringing those guys home.
Yeah.
When everyone gets to come home is kind of the goal, obviously. And unfortunately, not everyone always comes home alive, and that's a hard part of it. But at least we can get them home to their families so that they can have proper respects paid. But being a part of that team atmosphere, it's a brotherhood in our career field. It's not just like a sports team. It's a brotherhood, and then we get to fight together. We live together, all that. So
2 more things. We'll let you get back out to what you're doing because you have a responsibility here today as well. We'll talk about that in a moment. But for everybody out there listening, one of the reasons the U.S. Air Force and Snocross is such a great marriage is because these people out here watching the sport and the people in the pits as well, those are the kind of people the U.S. Air Force are looking for, the kind of people who would be perfect for the U.S. Air Force. What would you say to somebody, a young person who's looking at us right now, watching us, who's thinking about joining the Air Force?
I mean, it's definitely a good opportunity. There's a lot. The recruiters that are here can answer a lot of the questions on all the specifics of that. For my career field specifically, I mean, I get to wake up every day. I get to jump out of airplanes. I get to blow stuff up. I get to shoot guns. I ride on ATVs all the time, dirt bikes, 4-wheelers. We get to go scuba diving. I mean, it's a great way to make money, and then
Wow.
and you're also affecting change, whether it be dropping bombs and doing medevacs, and like you help out the Green Berets or the SEALs or whoever you're with. They're opening up schools and all that stuff in these impoverished places. So you're affecting change across the world, which is pretty awesome.
Staff Sergeant, the most pressure-filled part of my day, almost every day, is getting the coffee order right. I am amazed by what you do, and I thank you for what you do. I hope I'm not breaking news that I shouldn't be breaking, but we have a very special part of the program today that you're going to be heavily involved in. We're going to have a flyover. Tell me a little bit about that, if you would, please.
Yes, sir. For the national anthem, we're going to have a C-130 flyover. So should be good show for the fans.
Yeah, absolutely. So keep your eyes to the sky. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate your service and what you do, and I can't even tell you how impressed I am by you and grateful for what you do.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. That is Staff Sergeant Jesse Detman. The U.S. Air Force is waiting to talk to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. The last race of the year is coming right up next on the CBS Sports Network.